Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm Jerry Michael Grimes. Now, for anyone who knows me, then that much is obvious, but for anyone who doesn't, it is a pleasure and a privilege to finally make your acquaintance. So it's been a while, and over the past 6 years primarily, I haven't been posting that often. In fact, the last time we have spoken here was in December of 2024. Today is Saturday, April 18th, 2026. Now, for anyone who knows me, then you will know that April 18th, 2018 was a day that in many ways changed me. And for the past 6 years, a lot of wonderful things have happened over the course of my life. I've become a dad, I've become divorced, I've also become dedicated to earning what is generally considered the highest academic degree from the greatest university in the world. If you know, then you know. But not only that, this is 2026, and April of 2026 means that now I am experiencing a moment in which I am absolutely rejoicing and reveling in the privilege of working with so many of my closest friends and relatives and members of my community in native North Carolina and Virginia and California and also Pennsylvania. And so shout outs to everyone in NY, in LA, and VA, who was a part of this incredible project, which is now 20 years old. Now, I'm not here selling this product. In fact, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not endorsing anything officially. And in fact, I'm choosing to be demonetized. But I did just want to take a moment to thank everyone who helped make Death of a Preacher 1 and Death of a Preacher 2 happen. And yes, as of this May, this will be the 20th anniversary of both of these projects, which also means it's also the 20th anniversary and 10th anniversary of both of these projects as well, both of which are still in physical form. Which brings me to another point, which is, with this being the 21st century and all, which we are now well into, it's about time that this work be available in digital form and be available without cost. Now, of course, if anyone is interested in a physical copy, I will have to figure out how to make these physically available, but I would love to do that. But that brings me to a main point, and then I will wrap things up because I know that you have a lot to do today. And while I would love, if you know me, I would love to sit here and talk to you all day because I'm easily the most talkative person of all 9 billion people in the world. It brings me to this. This is what we used to call a cassette tape, an actual mixtape. You'll notice that the date of this is April. And this will be technically a first issue. Now, the cost here is 25 cents, but a physical copy of this, which is rare, would be a little bit more than that. But that's neither here nor there, as there are currently no other physical copies of this in existence outside of LA. But the title of this is, if you can see this, Luke Oswell, and we'll just say the long self-deletion. Of course, you would know why I'm saying self-deletion. It doesn't actually say that. But also what's notable is you'll see that on the inside cover here, that there's a long sentence. And this sentence represents the title of each chapter or each song that is a part of what is essentially a type of hip-hop manga musical. Now, I want to be clear, just like with Death of a Preacher, even more so with this project, it is not intended for immature audiences, meaning it is intended for mature audiences. The same with this. Now, you're also probably saying, well, Jerry, what of those of us who did not grow up in the 70s and 80s who may not have a cassette player? Well, that's fine. By all means, then plug it into your television or any device that has USB capability, including a vehicle, and you can listen to it or watch it depending upon the type of vehicle that you're using. And just like that, you have 27 minutes of absolute craziness available for you. And the reason that I say that, and leading to my final point, I have spent the better part of 23 years helping people, being around people in different situations. And in spending a lot of time with people, that means I have had to see people go from being free to incarcerated Some people have gone from being living and breathing on this side to that not being the case, and having left this side of mortality due to different situations. I have seen all kinds of people, different ethnicities, every race you can imagine, men and women, and anywhere in between, or on each side, any kind of human being you can imagine, and even in some instances of helping people wrestle through the trauma of the death of a pet, which for those of us who love animals, we know our pets are family members. I say all of this to say, I have spent a lot of time with people during the bad times. And contrary, for whatever reason, to what many people may believe, I know a lot more about the bad times than I do the good times. And I know a lot more about destructive energy and negative energy and self-destructive energy than I do anything else. The question then becomes in life, do we let that energy and do we let those experiences define us? And we know that we don't, but it gets incredibly difficult sometimes for that not to be the case. And so I found a way, at least for me, to take all of that negative energy and to put it into something that at the very least, people may watch this and say, this sucks and I hate it. And I will say, yeah, it does. But you know what really sucks? My daughter having to grow up speaking to me from behind 3-inch glass, or having to attend my funeral because I'm in an early grave. Although, to be fair, I'm almost 50, so my grave really wouldn't be that early. More of a mid-aged grave. But it does not change the fact that each and every one of us has within us the capability to take our negative energy, our negative experiences, and the bad things, and do something constructive with it, no matter what that is. If it's a picture, paint the picture. If it's a song, sing the song. If it's a book, write the book. If it's a mile you want to run, run 2 miles. Whatever it is. Because I get it. It's really easy for the bad times to get us down and keep us down. And I don't intend on letting that happen to me. And for as much as I deeply love other people, I don't want to see that happen to them. So, have an incredible rest of your Saturday. I will see you in about a month because I have a few other little things to take care of. And then I'll start dropping some things. Thank you for your time, wherever you are. If you've stopped to watch this or if you're rolling around listening to this, I just want you to know how much I appreciate you and appreciate your time. Again, I am not monetized. I am still banned on Facebook and IG for criticizing members of their board of directors, which you're not supposed to do according to the terms and conditions. But I did it. And if you know me, then you know that I run my mouth and say things that people say I ought not to say, but we only live once. Have fun wherever you are. Have a great day. Have a great rest of the weekend. I look forward to speaking with you a little more from time to time and dropping some things in about a month. Take care and be blessed by whatever definition being blessed means to you. Do that.
What is your location? Approximately 585.
The trigger gets lighter with each squeeze, and cleaner than a sea breeze right after a deep freeze.
Wow. Hello there, Luke.